Yo guys, welcome to the first Q&A on the channel. I hope you guys enjoy it and let me know if you'd like to see more of these in the future. All right, so let's jump to the first question. Question number 1. What is the most efficient way to consistently get good first touches to follow up in the air? A very specific and great question by Alex. This entirely depends on the ball speed and bounce and what it is you want to do. If the ball is heading towards you very quickly in the air, then you want to take a touch with your front wheels, which helps you cushion the ball to follow up much more easily. If the ball is quite slow in the air, then you'll want to essentially boost through your first touch with air roll, but not overly holding your boost, as you may boost ahead of the ball in the air. This allows you to put some speed behind the ball, which will help the ball match your car's speed, and the air roll touch helps negate any recoil that might throw off your follow through. If it's from the ground, then you'll want to take a touch when the ball's bounce reaches its apex height if you want to take the ball high, since it's easier to get underneath the ball. If you want to take the ball forward, then you'll want to take a touch where the ball reaches its midway height, since this way it's easier to hit the ball more centrally to push it forward. Obviously, there are many more situations that will require different first touches, but those are some general principles that are good to follow. Question number 2. What's the best way of learning air roll and how much faster is it rather than normal directional air roll? If you're talking about free air roll here, then I can't really help since I've never played with free air roll before, only directional air roll. If you want more information on directional air roll, I actually have an aerial car control tutorial on my channel if you'd like to check it out. Question 3. How to defend properly in ones like mostly the mechie plays, aerial play resets, and air dribbles. Please answer this question in your video, and thanks for everything, bro. Because of you, I have gotten too good. I really appreciate the compliments. I really, really do, and I'll try my best to answer your question. I'll be honest and say that I'm not a ones expert, so I don't really like speaking without firm knowledge of something. But in twos, there are situations that somewhat imitate a one situation where you're left in a 1v1 situation to defend. And on that, I can speak on. For those situations, it can be quite difficult to defend, but a lot of it is timing. For example, a straight air dribble isn't too difficult to defend if you position backboard or you pre-jump early. Of course, they might reset from the air dribble, but you can normally tell if they want to reset because their air dribbles tends not to be a glued air dribble, as in they take strong touches with each dribble to create that separation for a reset. If you see this separation, there could be a reset incoming, but if you don't and the car is glued to the ball, you know it's going to be a straight air dribble, which shouldn't be too difficult to defend. Of course, there are always air dribble bumps to consider, but when you're defending, you're just trying to cover as many options as possible. Now, with a reset, this is tough because not even pros can save every reset shot. I usually pay attention to how their car will react with the ball when they go for a reset. For example, if I see the ball descending and I can see that they're trying to reset a descending ball, I can almost expect an instant reset shot because if they don't do a reset shot, the ball's weight will push their car down even more, which will make getting a follow up much more difficult. Now, this could be intentional, which is what makes ones full of mechanical mind games at the top level. But this is something you should start to adapt and read as you become more familiar with your opponent's playstyle. And there are many ways to read someone's reset, but I think I've spoken enough on this question for now. Question number 4. I don't know if you can help me here, but always when I play private matches against my friends, higher ranked than me, I absolutely peak on them, but I get really nervous when I play ranked. I know what to do and what I have to do right, but my mental is bringing me down. Probably one of the most reasons why people can't rank up. do you have any psychological tips? Great question here. To keep it short, you get nervous because you care about the result and rank, which is totally fine. But we need to understand how to not let that be the deciding factor. I tend to look at results differently when I play Rocket League. There are performance based results and there are ranked based results. I usually focus on performance. So, what does this mean? Whenever I play, I don't really care about the rank too much and the outcome of a game as long as I played and performed well. But what does this look like? For example, if I win a game of ranked, but I know I played badly, I'm pretty upset with myself, and that's what gets me tilted. If I lose a game of ranked, but I know I played really good, I don't get angry at all. The reason why this mentality helps me is because I know that if I can consistently perform well, then ranking up will naturally happen as a byproduct of your performance. Another tip is to focus on one thing that you want to work on and make that your entire focus. For example, if you want to improve your flicks, then whenever you play ranked, focus on getting that flick goal. If you manage to do it, but you lose 10 ranked games in the process, then it's a success. If you win 10 ranked games but didn't manage to do your flick, it's not a great day. It's strange, but that's what works for me. All right, so let's move on to question number 5. My question is the same as for every Rocket League YouTuber. What advanced mechanics are acceptable at what levels and under what circumstances? Everyone wants to talk about fundamentals because they make up the majority of goals, but clearly every GC2 Plus, SSL Pro, etc. uses mechanics from time to time for clear purposes. Those situations appear to be so taboo that no one wants to even act like they exist, let alone explain them. Well, I'll begin by saying that it's not that it's taboo. It's more like some players tend to focus on the flashy stuff too much and forget about the fundamentals, which then leads them to complain why they can't rank up. Therefore, Rocket League YouTubers focus on teaching the fundamentals to remind players that you don't really need crazy mechanics to rank up. And I know you're arguing that every high rank uses advanced mechanics, so it comes across as hypocritical. But the reality is that high ranks already have the fundamentals mastered to an extent. And because of that, they can afford to spend time training their mechanics. But just to keep this short, I would say that shooting is the core mechanic every player should focus on until around Diamond 2-ish. I strongly believe that if you can get around 70% of every shot you take in a game on target, you will get Diamond quite comfortably. Does this mean you should stop focusing on shooting post Diamond? Of course not, but you can start to explore other mechanics too. And the opposite is true too. Does it mean you should never practice any other mechanic pre-diamond rank? No, of course not. You should train others too, like aerials, but shooting should be the main focus. Once you get to around Diamond 3, Champ 1, you should start to focus on aerials, mainly air dribbles and double taps. This should keep you occupied until around Champ 3, GC 1, in which you can start to explore resets. And then after that, it's just a case of trying to improve consistency. I hope that answers your question. Question number 6. Have you ever experienced slow to no improvement in spite of practicing each day? If you have, did you fix it and how? Well, I'll begin by saying that yes, of course, I believe this happens to everyone. My way to get around it is by using FreePlay Checkpoint plugin on Bacchus mod. Whenever I mess up a mechanic like a double reset, for example, I rewind to see how I messed up. After that, I save it using the plugin feature and repeat until I fix the mistake. After that, I know how to fix that specific mistake now. If I forget how to fix it again in the future, I just go back and practice again. Question number 7. What are the common traits you see in players that reach top ranks such as GC2 plus? For me, I would say that it is positioning, but more specifically positioning for the second ball. It's incredible how lower ranks don't position themselves for where the second ball is likely going to fall, which often leaves them under pressure for much longer and leaves them in a 2v1 position very often too. Another trait is, of course, mechanics. Not always the advanced mechanics, but just core mechanics like shooting. If you give a GC2 plus player and a diamond player 10 fairly simple shots to take, the GC2 player will likely score 9 or 10 shots every single time, whereas the diamond player might get 5 or 6 shots out of the 10. So consistency is a big thing too. And the final question, question number 8. How long did it take you to get to where you are? So for me, I started playing Rocket League in January 2021. I've been playing somewhat consistently for nearly 4 years now. I'm not sure how many hours I have though, maybe like 4 or 5,000 hours. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And like I said in the intro, if you did enjoy this video and would like to see more Q&A videos, then feel free to ask more questions in the comments. And then in the future video, I'll try my best to get to them and answer your questions. Thank you for your support. We reached 3,000 subscribers, which I never thought I would even reach 1,000 subscribers. So I really, really do appreciate your support.